Resisting the grid, building value outside the system. Welcome back to AI Takeover, Jobs Lost, Jobs Born series. I'm Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and today we're talking about how to live and earn outside the system. Not in theory, not in vague utopian abstractions, but in real, grounded, daily action. Because it's not enough to know that AI is replacing jobs. You need to know how to build value that can't be deleted by an update or locked behind a login screen. This video is called Resisting the Grid, Building Value Outside the System. And it's about doing exactly that, building sovereignty, relevance, and income outside the centralized infrastructure that's collapsing under its own automation. Let's start with a foundational truth. If your skills are hosted on centralized platforms, if your income is tied to traditional employers, if your identity is wrapped in legacy systems, you're not just connected to the grid, you're dependent on it. And when that grid reboots, when access becomes conditional, behavior-based, AI-assessed, you don't get to negotiate. You comply, or you're out. And that's why resisting the grid isn't rebellion, it's insurance. So let's get to work. How do you build value outside the system? We're going to break this into 5 concrete dimensions. Skill shift. What kind of skills to cultivate in a post-AI world? Income redirection. How to make money without being system-leashed. Network independence. Creating relational capital that can't be censored. Value creation. Building real utility with soul, not algorithms. Mental fortification. Training your mind to operate off-script, under pressure. Let's start with the first. Skill shift. In the last video, we talked about the final human skill, discernment, presence, and soul-coded intuition. But now we ask, how do you turn that into something useful? Here's the shift. Stop mastering hard skills. Start mastering rare ones. AI will always beat you at hard codified skills, data analysis, transcription, translation, static copywriting, etc. But it will never replace the person who can. Moderate high-conflict conversations with nuance, interpret energetic dynamics in teams or spaces, architect ideas in ways that generate human emotion, hold ethical line under financial pressure, create trust in real time, without branding. These are not resume skills. They are real-world leverage traits, and they are now monetizable, if you know where to take them. This brings us to number 2, income redirection. Stop asking, where can I get hired? Start asking, where is value being exchanged outside control systems? That means private consulting inside peer networks, facilitation of off-grid knowledge spaces, workshops, retreats, salons, education, but uncredentialed, meaning you teach insight, not curriculum creation of artifacts, books, frameworks, tools, sold without dependence on Amazon or Google Ads high-trust service offers. Not Fiverr gigs, but deep, humanized offers priced on transformation, not time. The formula is simple. You take a rare, real human skill, package it into service or teaching, deliver it directly to people, not platforms. People still pay for trust, they still pay for transformation, they still pay for presence, but only if you position yourself as off-grid in value, but on-grid in visibility. Which brings us to the third piece, network independence. You cannot build value outside the system if your entire audience lives inside it. That means you must begin relocating your relationships. If all your engagement is owned by Instagram, if your reputation is tied to TikTok's algorithm, if your business dies when Stripe bans you, you are a digital sharecropper. You don't own the field you're farming. So what do? You build peer-owned email lists. You join invite-only encrypted communities. You build reciprocal alliances with others exiting the grid. You document your knowledge, so it lives with you and outside the cloud. You prioritize deep connection over broad reach, because when the system collapses or turns on you, it won't matter how many followers you had. What matters is who can still find you, trust you, and transact with you directly. Now let's talk about number 4, value creation. In the centralized system, you are taught to extract value from trends. Go viral. Optimize keywords. Chase what's already hot. But off-grid, you must generate value from originality and truth. That means you stop being a commentator and start being a creator of frameworks, a writer of lenses, a builder of bridges between disciplines, industries, and ideologies. It's harder, but it's real. It lasts. And it positions you as unreplaceable because your insights are not derivative. They are sourced from lived perspective, not scraped data. Examples. A regenerative farmer who teaches urban dwellers how to feed themselves on balconies. A former teacher who coaches parents in off-curriculum child development. A burned-out exec who builds decision-making models based on energetic intelligence. A wellness guide who blends ancient ritual with trauma-informed nervous system coaching. None of this needs Google Ads, PayPal, or podcast sponsorships. It needs you to own your signal and find others building outside the noise. Finally, number 5, mental fortification. The system is not just stealing income, it's stealing your cognitive stamina. And if your brain is fried by dopamine loops, digital fatigue, and conformity conditioning, you will panic when the grid shifts. So you have to build a mind that doesn't short-circuit when things get quiet, slow, or hard. That means digital fasting, mental pattern breaking, inner stillness practices, emotional regulation that isn't outsourced to tech reading long form, not just scrolling. Leading when no one claps, you must become someone who can think under pressure without input. Who can act without validation? Who can create without content strategy? Because the grid won't announce when it retracts. It will just shut off access. And when that happens, you will default to your deepest level of preparation. If you've built real value off grid, you move differently. You're not waiting for permission. You're already in motion. Let's bring this together. Resisting the grid doesn't mean running to the woods. It means building your economy on foundations the grid can't control. It means learning to sell without ads, speak without scripts, and operate without a dashboard telling you your worth. It means becoming so internally sourced and externally useful that the collapse of the system doesn't collapse you. Hi, I am Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and SOS, School of Soul has a brand new series, the AI and Future Technology series. Look, you know the world is changing, and no, it's not going back to normal. Normal is over, and what's coming next is beyond anything we were prepared for. The School of Soul, AI and Future Technology series includes 319 videos on 1. The Download Society, How Data Has Replaced Destiny. 2. Predictive Future. Your next moves aren't random, they're forecasted. 3. Social Credit Systems. The behavioral economy now governs access. 4. Hive Mind. Synthetic telepathy and collective algorithmic control. 5. Nanobots inside you. Medical, military, and programmable intrusions. 6. Grief Tech. AI-fueled digital resurrection and simulated comfort. 7. Uploading your mind, consciousness transfer, and data-based identity. 8. Deep fakes plus AI clones, the replication of reality and identity theft. 9. Quantum humans, the merger of biology with quantum systems. 10. Digital afterlife, where your data goes when you die. 11. Resurrection science, reviving life through synthetic methods. 12. Immortal science, the end of death as we know it. 13. Longevity science, gene editing, anti-aging, and bio-upgrades. 14. Designer babies, engineered perfection before birth. 15. Artificial wombs, birth decoupled from the female body. 16. 3D printing, printing organs, limbs, and even humans. 17. The humanoid era, the rise of synthetic beings among us. 18. Legacy humans, the slow phase-out of unmodified analog people. 19. Smart cities, algorithmic environments that watch and decide. 20. Cloud-based societies, citizenship without borders or bodies. 21. Hackable humans, emotion, memory, and behavior under code. 22. Biometric scanning, your body is your password and your prison. 23. Sex tech, intimacy reprogrammed by machines. 24. Extinction of gender, fluidity, deletion, and design of identity. Every topic is fully explored with real-world technologies, patents, case studies, ethical analysis, and future forecasts. These aren't someday discussions. This is already happening. Join the SOS School of Sos Vault to overstand the future before it's implemented on you.